Okay, someone asked us to do a catch and cook video on what we do when we catch these stalker trout. And here's today's catch. There were 3 of us fishing. Unfortunately, only 2 of us limited out, so that's the way it goes. But bottom line, they wanted corn today. I think we got 1 on power bait, and I think a couple on that Guadalupana with the micro fly rod that we were using. But here's today's catch. We'll go ahead and clean them up. Not very big ones, but still work. And then we'll show you 2 ways to do it. One where we gut and gill them, and then the other one where we'll just cut the head and gut them. And then after that, we'll show how we prepare them. First way we're going to show how we clean these is, this is the simple one where we just cut the head, just like this, and then we gut them. Okay, just like that. Later on we'll just go ahead and clean that up, and that is the initial prep. Let's do that again. Cut the head and gut them, just like that. Very simple. Okay, and later on we'll also wash this out when we prepare them. The other way we'll do it is where we'll just gill them, gut and gill. So start with the gutting and pretty much open up the guts, pull out the gills, and that's it. And again, we'll wash it out and prep them. Let's do that again. Simple gut them, and then pull out the guts as well as the gills, and it's ready to go. There's some other ways I will cook them. If we have some bigger size ones, these stalker ones are pretty much this is the way we'll do them, where we'll pan fry them. What we've done now is we finished up gutting and gilding them, or cutting their heads off and gutting them. Now we want to clean out this section here, this little bloody area. And once you do that, then we can start prepping it with some seasoning. It's very simple seasoning, some salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and that's pretty much it. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll do some garlic powder, some salt, and pepper. And then we'll keep some seasoned salt ready to go. We'll put that at the end after we've cooked everything. And pretty much just put a little bit of garlic powder on one side of the fish. Throw in some salt, again on the one side. And then the black powder, the garlic powder, black pepper, again on one side. And then we'll flip it over. And do the same thing. And then we'll put it in the fridge and let it sit for about an hour. And then we'll be ready to cook it. So flip everything over and do the same thing. Here's some pepper. Here's some salt. And here's the garlic powder. And then again, like we were saying, we'll keep the seasoned salt ready for after we cook. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, it's a little bit dark here. We've got our cast iron pot or pan, and we're getting ready to do our kitchen cook piece. So we're going to put the cast iron here. We'll put a deal of oil on here and put it on high. And we'll get things started here shortly. And so very simple. Open up the oil and put about maybe a ½ inch of oil in here. Heat it up, and once that's done, we'll put the fish in there and start things up. Here's the fish that we prepared. We got it all seasoned, and we let it sit for just a little bit over a couple hours to get the good seasoning in there, and then we'll be starting up here shortly. Okay, and then while everything's heating up, you got to have a little bit of wine here, and we'll get everything cooked up here shortly. Okay, it's almost ready. We'll just do a quick test, see if it's ready or not. Okay, we just put a little bit of the seasoning in there just to see if it'll float up to the top, and it did. So it's ready. We'll start out with the set where we just took the heads off. And what we like doing is placing it into the pan, so they're alternating, so it fills up the pan nicely. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a closer look at it. So we've got it alternating, so it fits into the cast iron pan just a little bit more easily, and we can deal with it here. We'll do about 8 minutes on each side. You may adjust maybe 10 minutes each side, just depending on how crispy it gets, because crispier it is, less we have to deal with the bones. We've let it cook for about 8 minutes on one side. Now we just flipped it over, so we'll give it another 8, and then we've got the other batch over here that we caught, and we'll have it cooked up here shortly. Okay, this first set took about 8 and 8, so we're going to go ahead and take it out, put it on some paper towels, and let it cool down while we cook the rest. Alright, first set. Okay, everything's cooked. Here's some of the trout that we had cleaned, where we just took the heads off. Now we'll show how we'll use a fork to either take the heads off, as well as basically fillet them after they've been cooked. So we've got the heads off, and here's one where we'll just start peeling at the tail and pull off the fins, and then we'll use our fork to scrape away a portion of the fish, sort of like a fillet. And in this case, we're opting to keep the skin on, or to take the skin off, but you don't have to do so. And all we're doing at this point is getting it prepped so that we'll use our fork here shortly to scrape away the meat off the bone. So here we go. It comes off really easy. And like we were saying in previous videos, how we'll just do it in this manner. It's a lot easier to fillet it after you've cooked it versus before, and you end up not losing much meat. So here we are, just again prepping it to work on the other side. We can just grab the backbone, or the spine I guess, and peel that off, and that'll leave us a complete fillet on the other side. Alright, once you get good at it, it's really fast to do. Oh, there he is. And this one will keep the skin on, so we'll just flip it over here shortly, and you'll see there's our fillet. That one's ready to go. Of course, way we normally will do it is just do that on the fly while we're eating, with some eggs, some rice, a little tomatoes for vegetables, and some sriracha sauce, and there's our fish. Alright, till next time, we'll catch you all, and good luck and good fishing.